Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something wild, the ultimate high-value startup, your very own human body. If you really want to perform at your absolute peak, you can't just manage your finances or your business. You've literally got to manage your physical vessel. We're pulling some mind-blown insights from our source material today that completely reframes how we look at health, wealth, and success. It's a total paradigm shift. By the end of this, we're going to unpack the exact 5-step framework the world's top performers use. So get comfortable, focus in, and let's get right into the true millionaire mindset of body management.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the self-made physique.
So, to really understand elite success, we've got to look past the bank accounts and actually focus on the physical foundation supporting that level of achievement. Have you ever noticed how self-made millionaires actually look? Seriously, take a second. Pause and mentally picture the top performers you know. Maybe it's Tim Cook hitting the gym at 4 a.m., or those ultra-active tech founders who are constantly pushing their limits. When you picture these visionaries in your mind's eye, what do you see physically? Our source material really challenges us to spot this undeniable pattern in how these top-tier individuals present themselves to the world.
Now, let's be absolutely crystal clear here. We are not talking about lottery winners. This explainer is strictly focused on the folks who built their success through relentless drive and strategy, not the ones who just stumbled into wealth by pure blind luck. Think about it. A lottery winner gets a sudden windfall, right? But their daily habits and their baseline mindset don't magically change to match that new tax bracket. A self-made individual, though, totally different ballgame. Their wealth is a byproduct of their daily execution, and as our source points out, that execution requires a seriously robust physical foundation.
If you want hard evidence of this pattern, just look at the most high-stress, high-stakes environments on the planet. We're talking Wall Street, Silicon Valley, the absolute top entrepreneurs operating globally right now. These arenas demand some next-level resilience, mental clarity, and crazy stamina. The people thriving in these sectors aren't just surviving the pressure. Actually, scratch that, they are completely dominating it. And they're doing it in a physical state that allows for that massive level of output.
When you look closely at these elite groups, 4 undeniable physical traits just jump right out at you. Most of them are lean. They've got this boundless high energy. They are invisibly sure physical shape. But here's the absolute kicker, the most crucial part of this whole list. They maintain it for decades. We are not talking about a 30-day crash diet or some quick summer shred here. This is a long-term, sustained physical standard. It's basically a baseline requirement for operating at the highest levels of human performance over an entire lifetime.
Which brings us to Section 2, the great fitness myth.
Now, I know exactly what some of you are probably thinking right now. You look at these highly successful people in those elite environments, and you're a little skeptical. It's super common to look at the sharp physical shape of the ultra-wealthy and just immediately write it off, right? You ask yourself, do you think it's just expensive genetic tests and personal chefs? It's our go-to assumption. We see a high-energy entrepreneur who's stayed lean for 20 years, and we tell ourselves, well, sure, they can afford bespoke nutritionists and private chefs cooking perfectly balanced meals. We kind of use their extreme wealth to justify our own lack of elite health.
But here is the stark reality. No, it's a mindset. This completely shatters that whole excuse that you need a massive bank account to buy optimal health. The millionaire health standard isn't rooted in what they can purchase off a shelf. It's rooted in pure mindset, uncompromising discipline. It's all about how they view their own physical machinery. It is definitely not about the chef. It's about the daily decision-making process of the individual.
Moving into our final part, Section 3, the ultimate health ROI.
We really need to reframe physical fitness, not as a chore or some vanity project, but as a high-yield business strategy applied directly to your biology. And it literally all comes down to the number 5. Today, we're breaking down the 5 golden rules of body management that separate the average person from a millionaire. Rule 1 is treating sleep as equity. You gotta protect it aggressively like your core asset. Rule 2 is scheduling movement as a completely non-negotiable board meeting. You just don't cancel on yourself. Rule 3 is viewing food as fuel and data, rather than just pure comfort or entertainment.
And wrapping up those final 2 rules, Rule 4 is using stress as a catalyst for physical growth, not as a reason to shut down. And Rule 5 is prioritizing consistent daily execution over random, unsustainable bursts of intensity. This right here is true body management, the mindset and those exact 5 golden rules that separate average physical shape from millionaire-level vitality. Notice we're not just calling it working out. It is management. Just like a CEO manages a company's assets, cash flow, and risk, these self-made elites manage their bodies. It's a totally deliberate, calculated daily strategy for their success. And when you actually execute those 5 rules, you really begin to understand this powerful directive from our source material. Think of this as the ultimate ROI roadmap for your health, return on investment. When you put the time, the discipline, and that elite mindset into your physical shape, the dividends it pays out are massive. Sustained energy, sharp mental clarity, the stamina you need to execute your goals over decades. It literally becomes the highest yield investment you can possibly make. The top entrepreneurs know this for sure. They never view fitness as an expense of their time, they view it as the ultimate investment that compounds their success.
So that brings us to the final question for you to chew on today. Are you ready to manage your health's ROI? Are you ready to stop blaming a lack of personal chefs and actually start adopting the mindset of the self-made elite? The blueprint is incredibly clear. Shift your perspective, ditch those excuses, and start managing your physical vessel like the high-value asset it truly is. Start applying this mindset and just watch your returns compound. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.